Do you have a clear shot at him right there?
Yeah, I got it.
Boone and Crockett Country, presented by Loophole.
As the late Jack O'Connor once wrote, the conventionally trained mountain hunter meets his Waterloo when he tackles the desert mule deer bucks of Sonora. They are an animal of thick, tangled desert jungle and are almost never found away from flat country. Unlike other southwestern game, he never climbs when hard pressed, thus exposing himself to rifle fire. Instead, he simply heads for thicker, thornier country. It is not uncommon to see thousands of tracks, and I consider just seeing a doe or a fawn as a moral victory. To those experienced in the pursuit of white-tailed deer, a Rocky Mountain mule deer can at first be labeled dumb in comparison. It is that one last look back before cresting a ridge that has given this deer species his reputation. Whitetails pressed from cover never offer such standing chances. But truth be told, mule deer are far from lacking in escapability, and in one particular setting can and do send more sportsmen home with hat in hand. Such is the case with mule deer of the Sonora Desert. Sportsmen by nature have a remarkable capacity to want to believe, and pictures of muy grande bucks in brochures and records books are no help. But this is no pushover hunt, especially if you're set on the type of buck this region is famous for. Mark Streisguth and his longtime guide and friend, Manny Chi Jr., are veterans of Desert Storm. Not the military initiative in the Persian Gulf, but of campaigns for mule deer of the Sonora Desert. This past January was Streisguth's 5th trip south for the grandest game of hide-and-seek we have in North America, one he looks forward to every January.
I first came to Sonora because I'd heard of these deer down here, these huge mule deer that the desert here produces, and I was intrigued by that. But that's not all that I keep coming back for. I've been here a number of years now, and this place is so unique and magical, it just draws me. The deer hunting here is phenomenal. The deer here are big. It's an incredible environment to hunt them in, but at the same time, it's the people, it's the country, it's the adventure of coming to Mexico and being in a different culture. It's an absolutely unique experience in North America in the world of deer hunting. And not to say, you know, take anything away from the deer, they are incredible, they are big, they do live here. It's a hard place to hunt them and a hard place to harvest one. But it is an absolutely magical experience for me every time I come back.
If there truly is a sheep fever in deer hunting, I've got it, and this is it, explained Streisguth. He may not be that far off. Through his writings, Jack O'Connor made the attraction of mountain sheep hunting what it is today. In addition to his prose on sheep, he published more than 20 stories of mule deer over his career. Possibly one of his finest was titled Royal Stags of the Desert. Mule deer, including the black-tailed subspecies, are distributed throughout North America, from the coastal islands of Alaska to the extreme northern edge of the Mexican state of Zacatecas. We often give the whitetail credit for being the most adaptable, but as big game biologist Jim Heffelfinger explains, mule deer are just as, if not more, adaptable to varying range conditions.
With such a wide latitudinal range, mule deer have adapted to a great diversity of different climatic conditions and types of vegetation. They are very capable in their ability to make a living in coastal rainforests, having 200 inches of rain per year, icy mountainous habitats, prairie grasslands, and hot southwest deserts with less than 4 inches of annual rainfall.
What may be even more amazing are observations O'Connor noted in his writings. The ability of these Mexican deer to survive drought is an astounding thing. Not only have I found them plentiful in regions where there was absolutely no water within 75 miles, but I have seen them fat and cocky in drought areas where native desert-raised cattle were dying like flies.
Boone and Crockett Country is in partnership with the Wild Sheep Foundation, putting and keeping sheep on the mountain. Remington Arms and Ammunition, welcome to Remington Country. And the Dallas Safari Club, promoting conservation and ethical hunting worldwide.
The key to mule deer survival in this unique ecosystem is not rainfall, as many would think, but cholla. The segmented stems of this cactus are actually modified branches that serve several functions: water storage, photosynthesis, and flower production. Cholla provides year-round nutrition for deer, but desert mule deer are also opportunistic feeders when they need to be. When the mesquite beans are ripe in the fall, they will gorge themselves. In more desperate times, they will knock the heads off of biznaga or barrel cactus and chew the water-laden pulp. If none is handy, they will think nothing of girdling a great saguaro or even braving the thorns of a pitaya to get some moisture. Astonishing survivability aside, what draws most sportsmen to Old Mexico is antler, and a lot of it. For a species of mule deer that has never seen a freezing temperature or likely taken many sips of water and scratches out an existence without the aid of agriculture or lush green alpine meadows, they grow the largest, most symmetrical racks found anywhere. That's the good news if you're set on a trophy. The tough news is deer density.
The deer density here is very low compared to a lot of other places I've hunted, but your opportunity to find a really big deer is quite good. And coming here is a quest for the muy grande, if that's what you want to call it, but at the same time, it's a total experience that I wouldn't miss. And it's like I said, I came for the deer in the beginning, but I keep coming back for many more reasons than just that.
Seeing a good buck in the Sonoran outback can be all about the quality of the ranch you're hunting, persistence and luck. The skill needed boils down to proficiency with optics and still hunting that would not roll even a pebble. To actually take a top-end buck means instant decision-making and offhand shot placement, often at no more than a patch of hair walled in by brush. In other words, nerve. On Strythguth's and Chee's last campaign together, their selective search for the right buck came down to the last afternoon of the last day.
Oh, get down, look at the front one. There's one behind him, hold on, let's wait till he gets up.
The front one? Okay, I got him. I got him. Here we go.
Okay, take the shot.
Here we go, I'm gonna take him.
He's hit, you hit him, hold on. He didn't make it through there.
He didn't make it past that tree.
No, he didn't make it past the tree.
He didn't make it, I think he's down.
He's good, he's down.
I think he's down. Oh,
Just make sure.
that's an awesome buck, man. Can you see him from here? I can't see him.
No, he had to have gone down over there.
I didn't see him come past this tree.
Come on.
Oh, man.
He's down, that was a good shot. Hit him.
All right. All right.
Oh my God, let's see this buck.
Let's check him out if we can find him. I'm sure he's just right over there. Oh.
There it is.
Oh.
Boy,
All right.
look at that.
Oh my God! Look at that buck!
Oh,
Oh man,
God, Mike.
that is awesome! Look at that! All right, all right.
Good job,
Oh,
Mike.
he's
Good
awesome.
shot.
He is awesome.
Nice shot, about 121
man.
yards. He came running through over there. Had a little bit of blood, but we didn't see it over there.
You know, we've been working this spot all day long,
All day.
and we kind of knew that there's a big buck in here. You saw one this morning, you know, and I don't know whether this is him because we didn't get that good a look at him, but this is a big buck.
This is awesome.
This is a big buck.
Heavy, old, a little bit of trash.
This is what you come to Sonora for, isn't it?
Oh God, it is.
Oh man, look at the mass. Look at this.
You saw him
All the
hit.
way out.
Looked like a good hit, but he still gave a little bit of run.
Yeah.
That was kind of the trees that I saw him go through. I was waiting for him to come through those trees,
Yeah.
but he didn't make it out through there.
Look at you. Nice
So right
trash
here.
there. Oh,
This is what you come to Sonora for. Heavy, open, thick. Oh,
he's got it all, this buck. Yep.
good job.
Thanks again, Manny. It's
This
just
is
been an
great.
awesome hunt. I really enjoyed it and enjoyed spending time with you down here. This
Another
is so
good year
cool.
for us.
Oh yeah, another great
Another
year in
great
Sonora.
year.
Right on.
For a quality Sonora buck like this, according to O'Connor, they are more rare in the hand than in the bush.
Optical Insights presented by Loophole, America's Optics Authority.
We all know that game is most active in low light. Many people think that a larger objective rifle scope will always transmit more light. Hi, I'm Tim Lesser. The truth is, a larger objective doesn't always mean a brighter image. Magnification is a big part of the equation. The disk of light exiting the scope is called the exit pupil. As long as this fills the pupil of your eye, you do not need a larger objective. Exit pupil is determined by dividing the objective diameter by the magnification. And a good rule of thumb is that the pupil of your eye will dilate to 5 millimeters in low light. So as long as the objective divided by the power is 5 or higher, a larger lens will provide no advantage. This 40 millimeter scope will produce an exit pupil of 4 millimeters when set to 10 power, 40 divided by 10. But if I turn the scope to 8 power, it will produce an exit pupil of 5 millimeters, 40 divided by 8. This is why scopes tend to look brighter as you turn the power down.
Optical Insights has been brought to you by Loophole, America's Optics Authority. Boone and Crockett Country is in partnership with Buck Knives, knives that fit your life, and the Pope and Young Club, for the good of bow hunting.
The prevailing conditions of a hunt for a Sonora trophy add to the allure of these hunts and the value of the prize, if tagged. We must understand that in these tough desert conditions, with a sea of thick brush across flat terrain, locating any deer has its ups and downs, even during the January rut. Further, what desert mule deer are present are not as likely to be in one place for long, like their northern cousins.
Desert mule deer must maintain large annual home ranges in order to obtain all the necessities for survival. In most arid portions of northern Sonora, research has documented average annual home ranges of up to 200 square miles. For most of their range in Mexico, home ranges are still more like 10 to 50 square miles for bucks and a little smaller for does. That's a lot of country to cover if you're looking for a particular buck you saw previously.
right there. Can you get a clear shot on him?
I still want to. We step behind that tree.
Like I said, I can't really see what he has on the other side. Do you have a clear shot at him right there?
Yeah, I got him.
Oh no, Mark. 3 points on the other side. God, he's a huge mass. God, he's great on one side, and just that other side has a huge tines. Oh my gosh. Look at him moving all those does around.
What a beautiful deer. Wow. That's a great buck.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to take him.
Okay.
But let's watch him for a while, because he is stunning.
That is a great deer. Look how big he is when he turns away.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark, typical situation here where we had a fast, quick, I guess you could call it a chance at this buck, but in a heartbeat we had to see what he had, if it was what we had wanted, mass, number of tines, I mean, and then you have all these branches in the way, and
Well, it's the
I don't
challenge
think- yeah.
of hunting Sonora, isn't it?
It
You
really
got to
is.
find them, then you got to figure them out, and then you got to try and get a shot at them. And in this stuff, it's pretty difficult sometimes. That's a great buck, though. Maybe we can get on him later.
it was only about 175 yards from us, but those were the worst 175 that could have been.
Yeah, this is a bad spot. That's a bad spot. Well, his lucky day, our unlucky day.
Yeah.
Hope for better
Good
luck
call.
tomorrow.
Let's try it.
There's a buy-in when hunting trophy mule deer anywhere. The most typical antler configuration for mule deer is a 4x4, or 4 well-defined points per side, plus eye guards if present. It is not uncommon to encounter a number of bucks in a given area showing a 3x4 genetic tendency. A 3x4 hurts a buck's final Boone and Crockett score, and if you've hunted Sonora before, like Streitskuth, with 1 tag, 1 deer, 3x4s get passed. The hard part in Sonora, unlike other places in the West, is that the width and frame of these desert mule deer bucks can be stunning. Bucks with outside spreads over 34 inches are not uncommon. If tine length and symmetry are appealing, then you will likely need to evaluate and pass over more deer. If frame and wall appeal is what you seek, your quest may be over quicker. For Streitskuth and Chi, this hunt came down to the usual tally of truly impressive deer, but either too young or with unbalanced typical frames.
We look at a lot of big deer down here. We look at a lot of bucks down here, and we pass up a lot of deer here. We pass up a lot of deer that maybe in other places that you would shoot. We know that there are really big deer here, and the idea here is to come home with a super trophy if you can find one, and if not, maybe you go home without one.
Boone and Crockett Country has been brought to you by Leupold, America's Optics Authority, and the Boone and Crockett Club, fair chase and conservation since 1887.
Win, lose, or draw, it is a special experience to hunt a species of mule deer that has withstood all comers for centuries. Like all species, a large part of their future still rests with man. And in old Mexico, the only industries that can have an impact on deer are cattle production and high fencing.
Livestock grazing can affect deer nutrition in some habitats. Light to moderate grazing usually isn't a problem, but overgrazing in dry desert environments removes a majority of the herbaceous cover that's so crucial for fawning cover and doe nutrition. Another factor that affects desert mule deer populations in arid country is the introduction of exotic plant species like layman lovegrass and buffalo grass. These are great species for cattle production, but not very good for native wildlife.
The good news is that the governments of Mexico and its rural populations are all keenly interested in wildlife and their habitats, to the point where progressive farming and ranching practices as a whole are adding to, not subtracting from, the richness of this country. But where there is value, there often can be a side not everyone is in agreement with. The worth of trophy bucks and desert rams in Mexico has fostered a new breed of ranching, high-fence hunting. Confining wildlife to privatize them for hunting purposes is spreading across these lands. It is a brand of hunting that is not for everyone. Those opposed cling to the beliefs of fair chase and wildlife managed by government for public benefit. As for now, the desert mule deer and those who have dreams of catching but a glimpse of a wide set of heavy antler materializing out of thorn, the seasons ahead are promising.
Closed captioning provided by the Dallas Safari Club, promoting conservation and ethical hunting worldwide.